Now, there are limits to our attention. It is said, well, we multitask. Why should we think that there are limits on our attention? Well, it turns out that we don't multitask. That's a common phrase, but it has no empirical basis in reality. What we do is oscillate rapidly between different things, and to the degree that we do that, our quality of performance degrades. So, in fact, attention is a zero-sum game. If we put it over here, we're not putting it over there. There's another limitation to our attention. I don't know if you know the work Flow. I once asked him how you pronounce his name, and he said, call me Mike. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi is talking here about another limitation to our attention.
Actually, our nervous system is incapable of processing more than about 110 bits of information per second. And in order to hear me and understand what I'm saying, you need to process about 60 bits per second. That's why you can't hear more than two people. You can't understand more than two people talking to you.
So we allocate our attention with those limitations. How do we allocate our attention? Well, we do it in two ways. One is what one would think allocating attention means, and it is a top-down. It's known in neurobiology as top-down attention. And it is centered in specific parts of the brain, in the thalamus, the anterior cingulate cortex, and the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. Capturing attention, though, is something else that happens. We allocate, but things grab and hold our attention whether we want them to or not. That is known as bottom-up attention, and it is run by an entirely different part of the brain, the limbic system and the amygdala most prominently. So two different systems. Daniel Kahneman, another Nobel Prize winner in economics in 2002, his great book, Thinking Fast and Slow, talks about two different kinds of cognition. So one he calls system one, which is that bottom-up grabbing our attention. It is involuntary, automatic. It is emotional. It is subconscious, and it is fast. It gets there first. The other kind of attention, which he calls system two, is logical, effortful, and slow.